I also knew COVID wasn't as bad as they were acting because the liquor stores were still open.
Thank you.
It's like trust. I don't take anything seriously until they can't get booze.
And honestly, the reason they said that. Do you remember the reason they said they didn't close liquor stores?
No, but I'm sure it was bullshit.
Well, yes and no, because the thing is, you got to think of the people who are severely addicted, and if they didn't have it, they'd have withdrawals, and they would end up crowding hospitals because they'd be sick and dying.
Yeah, and that's the
Alcoholism
problem.
is
Oh no, it is
horrible
it
in
is.
this country.
It is, and I'm not disputing that. But again, it's like it's such a slippery slope. But you have to draw a line. It's like when Governor Holcomb issued the stay-at-home order. The first thing I did was get on the website and check for the exemptions. It's like 6 pages. So I read that and I'm like, okay, well, this is bullshit.
It was basically
Everything
was open except gyms and
gyms and
eating inside restaurants.
Yeah, yeah.
You could get to go.
Everything else was pretty much open, and then like retail stores, like at the mall. And
Our mayor of Shelbyville, Indiana, which is where this podcast is coming from.
Sorry.
So our mayor actually wanted to shut Shelbyville completely down except for grocery stores, and that included restaurants. But what he did not understand, because he's also been a person in government for a long time and has
Who is the mayor now?
Mayor Tom DeMond, and
Oh, God.
I'm not 100%. I don't know if this is factual, but I heard that he has not ever held a normal job, only in
From what I know,
local
about
government.
I think that's true.
Okay, so basically what I'm getting at is he's never had a real job, so he's never had to worry about a paycheck.
Yep.
So the people that work at these restaurants and whatnot, or even just anything that was not deemed essential, like, so that they didn't, they would have been screwed, basically, is what I'm saying. But those places that, what about the people who don't cook? Like you got your older folks, like sometimes
People who maybe can't cook.
well,
I mean, like because they're.
I
too
get you.
old.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like you would overcrowd the stores.
Well, there's an.
You would overcrowd the stores.
Well, I
horribly.
still maintain the most dangerous place to be during, COVID is the grocery store.
Yeah, because
Because-
everybody was there.
Because on day one, people were saying "fuck it."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
remember?
You can go in there now, and there's employees that aren't wearing their mask properly.
No, and it's like they got it down below the nose. I've
Oh, if you're lucky, it's down below the nose. Some people are wearing it on their chin. Like
Chin
it's
diapers.
this magic talisman that I'm wearing my mask. Germs can't get me.
that's a funny thing.
That
is
was
like,
the first time I actually said, well, these people don't understand how viruses work. I got my mask on. It's magic.
like I said, if I go into Walmart and it's not really like busy, I'm not wearing it. I don't care. But the thing is, like, if someone's around, I've had people look at me and just give me dirty looks, and they've got it underneath their nose,
Yeah.
and I signal. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I am finding it hilarious because they're in town, and this is the only place I've seen it is here in town. But like Speedway, for example, like I'll go.
they don't say nothing.
Well, it's a sign on the door.
They don't say anything.
I
though.
know they don't.
I go in there all the time.
Nobody wears it. I'm just like, okay. I still wear mine.
Or the thing is, though, this is another thing. It's not a one size fits all. You cannot have restrictions for Marion County, and they travel down to Shelbyville, because the thing
Well, I
is,
said that.
our we have a smaller population. We're a little more spread out.
Yeah.
They're on top of each other. You gotta
Yeah.
have
Well, it's like I
strict-
said, you cannot hold you can't hold Bozeman, Montana to the same standard as you would New York City.
No, and speaking
It's-
of rural states, what was it, North Dakota? They had, I think they've had like maybe like 5 deaths.
Well, yeah, but they have 5 people.
They've got more than that.
I don't.
But no, and everything stayed open there. Nothing
Well, yeah,
closed
but I
because
mean-
because the governor was like, we're just gonna keep an eye on everything, and that's the thing. Everyone rushed to just shut everything down without just saying, hey, let's see how this is going
Well,
first.
imagine-
They saw Italy. What was it, Italy, when they were barring doors shut and
Yeah.
like bolting people in their homes, and we've had more deaths than them by far.
Not
I thi-
percentage-wise, but yeah, overall.
I think totally, well, yeah, percentage-wise, I think total, they're like sitting like 40,000, and what are we at, like 200,000?
Yeah, but I mean, you got to look at per capita, which sounds terrible.
But
say,
also, and was COVID the cause wholly, or was it just an added
Well,
thing?
the CDC did release that report.
Yeah, and
saying that not all deaths were solely COVID. It was a contributing factor. But again, you get into a problem with definition.
it was like 1,100.
It seems. Well, I don't even know. I question that.
Yeah, it's tough to believe anything they say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gone back and forth so many times. That's when you get into a legitimate problem of semantics, though, because you cannot accurately say, and I'm going to go Rule 10 for the 12 Rules for Life: be precise in your speech. You cannot ethically say that it was a COVID death if they died but had COVID in their system.
Oh yeah, you like the guy in Florida who wrecked his motorcycle and died of COVID.
Which that was a case of one, but
or I can't remember this other one. They're all over, but they're just random things. And honestly, I think they're just mishaps. I don't necessarily believe it's people like trying to say he died of COVID.
Well, but then on the flip side too, because actually my mom brought this up when I was talking to her about it. She was like, okay, well, but, somebody could be in there and died of pneumonia, but they got pneumonia from COVID. And I'm like, well, but that's why this is difficult. Because that's a case of, I would say COVID was the culprit. But what about somebody who dies in the hospital of a heart attack and just so happened to have COVID in their system? Did COVID cause the heart? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I haven't a clue.
It's a tough one.
That's the gray area. But and I'll never forget, and CNN should be ashamed for doing this.
They should just be ashamed of themselves, period.
But this one was particularly bad. They're advertising their COVID coverage like they were advertising a horror movie. It looked like an ad for The Walking Dead, which is an awesome show, but I don't want it on CNN.
Oh, it's a fantastic show.
And they
I'm rewatching it right now.
They ended the commercial with this poor woman who I'm sure was taken out of context. Just a soundbite saying, "I just hope we make it all out of this alive." It's like, really? And you know what you're doing.
You should have like 70, 60 and under. You should be okay as long as you take care of yourself.
Yeah, and don't be an idiot.
Yeah, don't.
Because now what is it? Some San Diego State or somewhere where they're not letting kids leave now because they were all stupid and went and got themselves infected because they were being morons.
Oops.
I forget. I think it was San Diego. It was some college in San Diego. I know because.
The COVID parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, a lot of them didn't even have any symptoms. They're just asymptomatic.
Well, right, but that's why it's dangerous.
Yeah, but the thing is, the CDC, once again, back and forth on it. They say asymptomatic people, or no, was it? No, World Health Organization, my bad. The World Health Organization said that asymptomatic people are not as contagious. It's like, obviously, because they're not coughing.
At first they were, then they weren't. And that's when I knew at least a big part of this was bullshit.
Oh, yeah, because who owns 15% of the World Health Organization? Bill Gates. Who has everything to freaking make money, off this vaccines and whatnot?
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm not trying to go all tinfoil hat because, honestly, Trump is big advocate for pushing vaccine.
Well, yeah, as it should. That's how you take care of a virus. But I looked at that as it was obvious.
Immune system health. I'm not anti-vax. No, my kids are fully vaccinated, and I have vaccines. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I don't like them being pushed through so quickly. That's scary.
You know who really doesn't like vaccines? Polio.
Polio hates vaccines, and that is true.